Yet, design and world soccer form is no lightweight deed. Kits are done to present not fair the sameness of the crew, but completely encapsulate all the nationality is, both of history and this. Manufacturers expend months investigation and design how a crew's jacket, pants and socks should see, and which the kit should present. Daydreaming up a style is more than rather than fair with the nation's domestic colors. Several countries use the colors of their flags, other use colors how include historic, policy or geographic importance. Yet which you as well include to do, of my spot of type, to build a really large kit style, you include to recognize legacy and heritage, thou include to hug how but he's urgent how he's contemporary and he's modern and he's rendered in a way how speaks the tongue of the period. In how comes large liability for the manufacturers over the designs, such as Adidas, Cougar, Nika, Umbro and Hummel. Lot are nice, the Planet Cup surely hasn't been out of the random contentious or sight-watering style. Symbolical of moments in story and time he's a personal item, above period the shirts, if nice or bad, be symbolical of moments in story. They frequently recall fans of memorable Planet Cup moments, not fair on the tilt, but as well in their private lives. This planet bowl's a nice link spot since he's one day each 4 persons year and 4 persons year is rather a lifetime changing sum of period. By vision the jacket, you can recall how matchstick, he's a rendering of how ram, it comes behind fair love how. The Netherlands, 1988 one of such memorable shirts was worn out by the Netherlands. Ever dressed in a tint of irreconcilable orange, a nod to their king household, lot soccer fans will recall the crew's noisy and geometrical Adidas kit of the UEFA Europe Championships in 1988. I believe at the period it was fair so drastically various, Devlin says. I recall I was 18 or 19 and I had a large loving of kits and I mind, blimey, which is departure on there. It was very disgusting but once it was so shocking it type of lured you in. This style was so powerful and so pioneering, it was very courageous to go for thing love how. The Netherlands isn't the just crew to carry the style above the year, but the jacket has ever been perpetuated as one of the largest portrait in story since of which was completed in it, consisting the time Marco van Basten scored one of the big goals in story for the definitive versus the Soviets Association. They just wore it in how league, and he's love bands how break up and never reformation, it became perpetuated and it ended and it became a myth, Devlin adds. Germany, 1988 to 1991 historic, Germany has frequently worn out a simplistic dark and white's household kit, colors obtained of the banner of Prussia, a ex-country in Northern Europe that was a large force in the 18th age. Yet, for the 1980s, the colors of Germany's banner begun creep in designs and its kit was lofty to a new standard of beautiful, as Devlin writes in his volume. It was later how one of the largest renowned kits of all period was created, Adidas Patriot Western Germany kit of while the nation posted Euro 88. The jacket didn't get the Germans to the definitive, it done up for it 2 years after while they won the 1990 Planet Cup versus Argentina, their tertiary Planet Cup gain. How one done it and memorable package, but it was as well the one worn out for the at first United Germany matchstick. Once again, it was fair so drastically various. Beckenbauer, the officer at the period, told he requested to get the Deutsche banner colors during the package. But to do how, to very decorate the banner through the jacket, was in comparison with whatever else, Devlin says. Adidas were on flame at the period and it was a courageous, brave go. It nearly set the tendency for the way things were departure to go. While you say on the Holland and the Deutsche kits, it was rather a dangerous policy but Adidas stretched it away. It was made in actual grade and focus to part, they cracked it but down there's a lot of teams how dong ti, they each try too difficult or it fair doesn't job. The Germany jacket's main style will do a return at the year's Planet Bowl, besides the period in mono. Maybe he's and try to build a nice sign in Russia. Brazil above period, Brazil's Canary Amber kit has been an instantaneous character of not just the nation, but soccer. As Dine writes in his volume, while it comes to colors how encapsulate superiority and glamour in soccer, the color of amber, verdant, dark blue and whites, the colors of Brazil, is frequently the at first to springtime to reason. Such weren't ever the colors of Brazil, but in 1953 a contest was published in the now deceased Correio de Manho paper to build a new crew kit how reflecting Brazil's ethnicity, with the colors of its domestic banner. Verdant, presenting the nation's plentiful fields and forest, for the nation's raw riches, and the dark blue heavenly ball presenting the overnight sky above Brazil. The jacket reminds fans of several of soccer's big always players, of Pelé, Garrincha and Zico to Ronaldo, Ronaldinho and Neymar. England, 1966. Which makes England's kit distinctive is how the crew looks fair as convenient in their conventional red off jacket as they do in their at first selection of whites, Devlin says. In England he's nearly love a double identity. They can yet hold their sameness, they're really lucky how they've got how-to kit attitude, he adds. In 1966 the red kit introduced folk following England wore it to win the Planet Cup versus Western Germany. It has affecting lot England designs with. To an England fan to see the crew winner it in scarlet, it can't assist but be at anchor solidly in the crew's color, says Devlin. How successful becomes how lacking component, so if you include successful in the jacket how helps it becomes portrait and how's which happened. The year in Russia, England will carry a such style to how of 1966, once again in the expect how successful rubs away. Croatia, 1998. Later down there's Croatia's renowned red and whites checkered kit, immediately identifiable and in comparison with any some in the footballing planet. Time each kit has turned on the style, relying off the Croat overcoat of weapon, the Sahovnica. The 1998 kit how was intended by lottery is especially memorable amongst fans. Not fair for creature the kit the youthful nation wore to tertiary location in its at first Planet Bowl, but as well for encapsulating the memorable act of Davor Suker who went on to win the gold shoe following counting 6 goals in 7 matches. Cameroon's shameful flesh fit how includes Kuga's complete flesh fit worn out by Cameroon in the 2004 African Cup of Nations. FIFA told it was illicit not to individual the shirts and pants and prohibited the fit. Cameroon neglected the procedure and play in it once again for the quarter-final versus Nigeria, guideline to a 6-point deduct for its 2006 Planet Cup qualification campaigning and a $154,000 penalty. Time Cougar took FIFA to trial and the points were recovered, FIFA's ban was upheld, and the A-piece was never seen on the box once again. It wasn't the at first period Cougar and Cameroon curved the rules. In 2002 the crew as well tested tiring sleeveless vests, that later had to include sleeves sewed on. Profitable reverence the year in Russia the business, he says, wants to commemorate such icons in the planet of present, and so lot of Adidas designs the year pay reverence to the history in retro style influenced kits. Fans include a wish for genuineness and development, says Grade. They wish thing they once can identification in but at the identical period it as necessary to include the newest innovative and technologies of present. We give the as necessary for the players and fans along. The style for Spain's kit the year, for copy, pays homage to one of the nationality's largest renowned shirts of the 1994 US Planet Bowl. Time how year wasn't the largest success in Spain's story, the jacket, showing 3 stripes done up of amber and navy diamonds, was distinctive and was worn out by the likes of Pep Guardiola, Mikel Nadal and Luis Enrique. The year Adidas has driven it behind to lifetime, although not out of debate. The year's kit has turned on red in the stripes that sit nearer along, challenging a probable optic delusion that makes the navy seem crimson. Several include reasoned it resembles the Republic banner, utilized by against monarchists. Yet, Spanish officials urge down there is no designed connection. Else return is Belgian's package. Via the many decades Belgian's kit has been intended by lot manufacturers but Devlin says how Adidas is the company how has perhaps dressed the party in the largest styling. The nation's scarlet, dark and amber argyle style through a white Spain of the Europe League in 1984 has lost downward in story as one of the top thanks to its extraordinary style. The year it returns, but out of the white's pain. But Devlin says the jacket is testimony how a large-looking kit doesn't ever instill a large productivity following Belgian incurred and confusing 5-0 destruction by France. Inspirational millions, both of players and fans. Not just do nice designs increase gamer trust and instill fans, shirts can as well bring together nations, onto Devlin. Kits give world honor. He's thing how the entire nation can get implicated in, and while the crew is making so and down there's a hum about soccer, you see soccer shirts anywhere, he says. He's an extremely strong instrument to bring together the nation.